Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It's, what day is it? I don't even know. It's today. Happy today, everyone. A little bit late today. I had some stuff going on and I just couldn't guarantee that I would be able to start at my normal time. So I just said, screw it. I'll bump it back an hour just to play it safe. No, I didn't get the car yet. So yeah, it's Tuesday. The rat rig's done, so it's just gonna chill there. I think I didn't really have any plans today. I think we're gonna finally just, because I only have like 2 hours to stream, I think we're just gonna do the final wrap up on the V0 and get it done and over with. We got to do the input shape tune on it and do pressure advance on it, and then we should be good to go. I think. Why is everyone at me? Live messages. There we go. Protective top. I don't know if I could put it. I have the stuff to put it together. We might try to put it together. I'm a little worried though, because apparently with the setup I have here with the mod, it doesn't fit. So we'll find out in a minute. We're basically going to get it working, and then we're going to play around with the hat while I do a print and see if the hat will fit. Also, fun fact, I did this last night. Totally legit and perfectly reasonable thing to do. But this is my wife's Wii. There was a game in here that she needed to get out so she can play it on the Wii U. So the little guy can play it on the Wii U. It's a Kirby game. The fun fact is, though, we couldn't find the power supply. So, fun fact, the Nintendo Wii runs off 12 volts. So, if you take a 12-volt Meanwell and a little bit of wire, and you kind of just, you know, shove them in the positive and negative with a little piece of Captain to make sure they don't short and power it up, it works. And you can eject the disc. So, that's what I did yesterday. That was fun. Don't do that at home. And stuff for the next project that I'm doing a video on is starting to show up. So hopefully within a week, there'll be a video project. I'm doing a PCB project. Flash clipper. I don't know if you could put clipper on a Wii. I probably should have checked to make sure this thing actually, like, sits straight, because it's... Why don't you want to sit straight? One of these is out. So before we input shape this, one of these corners is out. And I don't know if it's because of the slate falling of it, or it's just... the feet. So I don't like the fact that these are not a huge fan of these feet. These feet I find are like a little, there we go, good enough. These feet are a little too rigid. So we need to input shape this. Now, one of the things that I was sent along with the Goliath from Provoke 3D was this little board, which is this. This is pretty much an input shaper board. The only thing is, does it fit with Revos? It does. So what you do is, I need a USB-C cable. But this has clipper already flashed on it. So what you do is you unscrew your nozzle, you screw this in, and it's held in place by the nozzle itself. Focus. And you just plug it in, and this does your input shaping. So we're going to give that a try today. I don't have a link for it or anything. I'm a horrible shiller in that regard. But it's Provoke 3D, I think. Here you go. So if you want to check one out. So I need a USB-B cable. That is too short. I need a long USB-B cable. That'll work. Also, Fabrico has them. Well, there you go. But Fabrico didn't send me one, so I'm shilling for the person who sent me it. Fabrico sends me enough as is. I need to spread out the shilling. We can't be shilling the same people all the time. You gotta diversify your shilling. What is the current best setup combo for stealth burner with tap? Whatever hot end you want. If you don't need crazy high flow, personally I like Revo. If you need more power, bigger number, bigger printer, go with like a Rapido. Those are kind of like my two recommendations right now. So that just kind of fits through there. I'm gonna screw it with the bits down. I don't know if it matters, but I'm gonna have all the gubbins. Yeah, I think it's less chance of a short. I'm gonna have all the gubbins facing downward so the top is flat. So while I'm screwing this in, if you haven't had the chance yet, make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the description. And then also, either tomorrow or Thursday, most likely tomorrow, but there's a chance I might bump it to Thursday, is the members stream. So every month we do a members only live stream on this channel. So if you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member, you get to hang out with that. There we go. Apparently this has Clipper already installed in it, but I gotta find the GitHub link for the config. Gary gifted 1 community membership. So if you're not a member or not a Patreon supporter, you might luck out and somebody might gift you one. As always, I forgot to, I gotta like super glue this in. The stupid plug for the, there we go, power. Does that have an LED? It doesn't have an LED. We'll find out. What prevents rotation of the acceleration board? Friction. It's compressed from the heater is what the springs are pushing down and is screwed up. So it's just a compression fitting. Look at all them LEDs. All the LEDs. Okay, let me find here the GitHub for this. Okay, here we go. So we got that, printers, connect. Are you the right one? Yes, you are. Are you the right one? Let me home all. There we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. One X 60 Y 60 F or Z 20 F 9. Go! Sweet. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so loading release build. So we should be Ampon Anchor firmware for the ADX shell. Okay, so it's already got Clipper installed in it. Demonstrates how. Okay, so So it should be this. According to this, it should be this. So we just need to make our little clipper config. So we go to machine, create, upload, create file. Or no, not file. Or yeah, file. adxl.cfg, I'll call it. Okay. Put this in here. So pro points, obviously, we're not going to use that. So we're going to do 60, 60, 20, CS pin, that, save and restart. Okay. Actually, I got to include this. Include adxl.cfg, close. Save and restart. Coffee. Tim Hortons is shit, but I needed this today. Okay. So there we go. It's detected. What is clipper input shaper? This is what is the stupid command to check it? I can never remember the commands. You think I would know the commands by now? Accelerometer query. That's what it is. Okay. Oh, hey, look, it works. Cool. And then shaper calibrate. So let's get this camera on. So you guys can see it do the wiggle wiggle. And as cool as all these lights are, I'm going to turn them off so you can actually see what's going on. Hey, there we go. Shaper, calibrate, go! Failed to import numpy module. Oh. Do I not have numpy on this? I guess not. Okay, I guess I gotta put numpy on this. Okay, SSH or CMD. That's weird. Thought Clipper is supposed to have numpy, but oh, doesn't this one have like, I can't remember how we install Clipper on this. SSH pi at blah. Yeah, didn't we do Kiao? So it might be missing numpy. I don't know. Okay. Sudo apt-get update. Okay, so we're gonna do some updates here, folks. Diano's gifted a community membership. Cheers. So yesterday was fun. Yesterday, took the family, went down to, for those wondering where I live, I've alluded to the fact that I live in southern Canada. Some of you kind of know where I live, but don't post it in chat. So if you're wondering where I live in Canada, I went south today, or yesterday. We went for a drive south, and then we went for a walk. And I ran out of Canada. Literally, this little bit of rock that you see right here at the very bottom of the screen. See these rocks? That's it. This is where Canada ends. There ain't no more Canada. You can't go any more south in Canada. In this picture, there are no Canadians on mainland Canada that are south of me in this picture. So that's where I went. And that's Lake Erie for those wondering. Okay, so that's done. So install that. Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean's further north. clip the USB cable so it's not moving. Okay. There. How's that? Bring a bucket of sand. So I think I might have a picture of the point. Yeah, so this is a 360 view. So like this is at the point, and if you look north, this is at Point Pelee. And it's literally, so technically this is, it's hard to see here, but there's Pelee Island out here, which is technically further south in Canada, but it's an island. So this is like as far south as you go in mainland Canada. But it's a nice little park. Go there when it's nice out. It's a park. There's trails. I saw a snail. A lot of red-winged blackbirds. Saw some turtles. Look at this turtle, turtle. He's being all turtley. So yeah, that's long day yesterday. Okay, is that done? That's done. Now we need to install Numpy, which takes a minute. Go gadget Numpy. Will the v0.2 ever get a bomb in STLs? There's a slight chance, but don't hold your breath because v0.24 is not gonna be released. v0.24 is the v0.24 that I did the video on, that you saw at Rocky Mountain, that's v0.24 R2. That is an upgraded v0.24 from 2017, I think. It is, so it is kind of like a test platform. It's a one of one. That will not be the printer that is released. There will be a printer released, hopefully before the end of the year, a design release, that is basically what v0.24 should be in today's day and age. Okay, let's do shaper calibrate. Most home, oh yeah, I guess it would help if I homed. If you had to decide, so here's the thing with Voron and like rat rig and which one, that depends on the user and what you plan on using your machine for. Okay, because there are way too many variables that I could say one is the best or the other is the best. If you're going to go bigger, rat rig makes more sense. If you're sticking with 300 and smaller, I would say V2. Rat rigs are a lot beefier of a machine. They're also a much larger machine though. So if space is a constraint, the Voron series makes more sense. Do you want the bed to move? It depends. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Point Pelee is world renowned for birding. So the funny thing is, yesterday, it was like a birding day at Point Pelee. I saw a, what was this bird? What was this bird? A Prothonotary Wobbler. This guy. Apparently they're like super legit rare. Like super rare. There's like 20 breeding pairs in like Canada or something stupid like that. And I saw one of them yesterday. So that was cool. But I'm walking around and everyone has their Nikons with like the 1000mm zoom lenses on it everywhere. And I'm just walking around with my little click. I think we hit a resonance. Best kit? I've never built a kit meant for high temp, so I couldn't give you an answer for that. That almost seems, yeah, something is probably rattling. Remember, we did drop this printer on its head. We did drop this printer on its head. So I've got a feeling the input shape, it may not be the cleanest. To the Voron made out of TPU? I don't know. I recorded some B-roll on it. I don't know if I made a video. I don't think I recorded enough to make a video on it. What happened to it? They still have it. Where is it? I could have sworn I recorded some footage of it. Yeah, it's all TPU. And it prints just fine. Yeah, me thinks something is loose. I may have to tighten up the belts. We'll take a look at the graph. How hot can you put it? Vorons are not meant to be high temp printers. So they're not designed with that in mind at all. So if you're getting your printer to the point where the stealth burner is getting hot enough and falling off, you're using the wrong printer. There's a reason we recommend, if you want to print peak, buy a printer that's designed to print peak. Vorons are not meant to be high temp printers. But you should be able to get chamber temps. 60 to 70 would be as high as I would push it, in my opinion. We tried to print Ultim on a v1.8. It had the old afterburner style toolet, not the stealth burner. And we, the front fell off. Like legit, the front fell off. So. You said he would go to LTX, but it's costly. Linus announced more than once on Way and Show they have a budget for creators. I'm not gonna hit up, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm at the point where I'm worth flying out there in a bang for buck evaluation from LTT's part. Okay, so let's see. So it recommends MZV for X with okay, and for Y MZV. And MZV, we are looking at 18,000 Excel. And MZV, where's MZV? That's ZV, MZ. 19,000 Excel. That's some pretty chooch stuff. I don't even know how to reach out to LTT. Like, I've had one interaction with Linus, and that was eons ago when I had issues with the YouTube channel. and he offered that if I couldn't get it sorted out, that they may be able to help, and then we ended up getting it sorted out, and that was it. What filament? Clear PETG, I think, is the current go-to most people use. Hey, Sanity. What about the graphs? Eh. I can never remember the command to get the graphs, so I just kind of meh. I just go with what it recommends and call it a day. For the type of printing I do, I'm not that. On the bigger machines, I'll spend more time to really dial in input shaper. But I'll be honest, on a machine like this that I don't foresee using a ton, and let's be honest, it's a 120 millimeter bed. Like, we're not gonna be pushing the absolute limits of speed even on a machine this small. I like my prints to look like good and not poop, so. There we go. So yeah, so this is the Provoke, or I don't know what is the actual name for this thing. I got it from Provoke 3D, but it is it's a little input shaper doohickey. Super awesome, because it attaches to your nozzle, so you get the most accurate values. Not going to convert it to a 247 printing Mark II? No, why would I? Like, don't get me wrong, that guy's crazy. He does awesome stuff, but I don't do high speed printing. So, yeah. So you have to take your nozzle off every time you tune input shaper. It's a Revo. It's done. Also, well, you got to attach it somehow, so you're putting on a screw or something. And two, you only need to do input shaper pretty much once. Like, anytime you change something in the machine, you should do input shaper, like retighten your belts or whatever. But for just, you know, everyday usage, you don't need to redo input shaper. So now I need some filament. How's the weather here? It's mid-20s. What filament are you supposed to use? We tried gray, right? I have an awesome attitude. I do. People have said I'm a little too snarky, which I'll admit I'm a little snarky at times, but I kind of like it. No, that's ASA. I'm running really low on PLAs. I got PETGs coming out of the butt now, but I need a PLA. I need a PLA to do pressure advanced tuning. And we'll just go with black. Black sounds good. Try to drop it on its head. We've already tried that. It didn't help. Where's my Bowden tube for this? I have a little Bowden tube for this and I don't know where it went. Oh well. Okay. Where'd you go, little Bowden tube? Bowden tube, did I drop it? I probably dropped it somewhere. Bowden tube of the floor, let be your secrets. You should clean up your mess. No. Where's the fun in that? There we go. Okay. Oh, turn the machine on. Oh, Are you on? Clipper error, what's going on? Oh, I'm like, why are we getting errors? Printer.cfg, include ADXL. There we go. Print a spool holder. I don't need to print a spool holder. I have a V24. That's a perfectly serviceable spool holder. Okay. Calibrations, what for? Flow rate, pressure advance. So we got direct. I don't know if we could do a line on here. We could try. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully the bed's level enough. Upload and print. See how this goes. Update the Excel limits. I will after do the input shaping here, because what are we at right now? What are my printer limits? Like we're at, it's limited to 10K Excel already, which that's pretty fast. Do you have recommendations on the Triangle Labs dragonflies? They're okay. I've stopped using dragons. I've had 2 of them kind of die on me. Don't know if I still have them. But they got kind of oozy and I didn't like it, so I stopped using them. So. Now, this is issues that arrived on the Dragon after like over a year of use. So I've kind of switched mostly to using Revos. Revos and Rapidos are kind of like my go-to right now. Basically, if I need high flow, I'm using a Rapido. If I'm like a standard flow machine, which, you know, we got high flow now with Revo, I'm fine with Revos. So can't seem to enter. 313 people have already entered, so refresh the page. You might have tried to click the link, because usually when I do a series, I'm super creative when it comes to creating the live streams. I just reuse the previous stream settings. So a lot of times it has the old link in there, and then I update it when the stream goes live. So you may have to hit refresh. But speaking of, we've got 315 people have entered to win the contest of free filament. It's costing you nothing. We've got 395 people here, but only 140 people like the smash button. That means like there's like over like half of you are extremely selfish and will not even like a smash button for a chance to win free filament. Because I'm not saying if you like the smash button, you're going to improve your odds, but I'm also saying it's going to hurt your odds. For all you know, it may improve it. The universe works in mysterious ways. It may or may not. I don't know. So now you're going to risk it. You're going to roll the dice. You're going to roll the dice now. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? There we go. Bigger number, better streamer. Bigger number, better streamer. I'm just justifying my existence with internet points. Am I going to Earth this year? Yes, and I'll be going to Murph too. Yep, going to Earth, going to Murph. I need to start figuring out logistics of Smurf and Form Next. I gotta figure those 2 out. And then a bunch of people want me to go to LTX, and I have no idea how to work that out. So if somebody knows anyone at LTT that is able to like figure out, apparently they have funds for creators to go or something, I don't know. One day Linus Senpai. There are like 3 people, although I think 1 or 2 of them are former now. People from LTX or LTT that follow me on Twitter. Doesn't mean anything, but. Notice me, Senpai. Always yell at Colton. That is true. That is true. Well, the problem is LTT's in Vancouver, and housing costs in Vancouver are they're the word. It's one of those gamer words you're not allowed to say that starts with an R now. Yeah. That's housing prices in Vancouver. That ain't happening. It's many monies, several monies, in fact, more than 2 monies, which that's a lot of monies. Oh, there we go. Lights turned off. Good. It's not doing the dropping thing anymore, so that's good. Okay, so those first few lines are kind of bleh. Something weird. Yeah, it was something weird with that G-code. It's not doing it anymore. It's not doing that. Last stream we sliced a cube and it would drop the bed after it did the purge. And now it's not doing it anymore. So I'm assuming we're okay now. Any thoughts on Annex Engineering printers? I will be building a K3 at some point. I've been talking with a manufacturer to get a kit. We're kind of waiting on that. So. Domenico, it's called Things Change. I'm not a politician. I can change my opinion based on new information. Plus, it's a Crow XY design. I really want to fiddle around with one, and it's one of the more popular ones, so it kind of makes sense to fiddle with that one. It's like, I'm going to use the whole bed. Yeah, this is the pressure advance test from Orca Slicer, which I got to figure out how we could stream in the garage tomorrow. So if you're a member or a Patreon supporter, tomorrow's stream is going to be fun. You get to watch me break stuff because I got to tear out a workbench in the garage. So you get to be the first to see a stream from the garage shop. I promise lots of sketch and lots of jank. Hammer usage along with potentially Sawzall usage. So yeah, buckle up. And if you're not a member of the channel or Patreon supporter, well, if you correct it by tomorrow, you can join too. Are you done? Move out of range. Oh, okay. Well, I paid for the whole bed. I'm going to use the whole bed. Okay. So here are our charts. Okay, class. What value pressure advance should I use? What value pressure advance should I use? .024. That's what I'm thinking. That looks the cleanest. Yeah, Yeah, 0.24. Yeah, we'll go with 0.24. That looks the cleanest. So machine, pressure.cfg, pressure advance. .24. Safe restart. See him again. Ha! Well, we're going to do a test print right now. We're going to print something. There we go. Like the LED panels, they're RGB'd. I could change the colors, but the problem is when I'm streaming, they completely blow out the camera, so I have to turn them off. BF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Okay, let's see here. Apparently I'm live on YouTube. I love how YouTube sends me an email when I go live. Like, wow, I didn't know I was live. But now I know. And that's half the battle. Okay, let's see if... Does Chelsea have any new models? It's been a while since I've done some Chelsea models. Let's see what Chelsea's up to. Or actually, Maker Viking wanted me to print his wolf. We're gonna print the Maker Viking's wolf. He wanted me to print his wolf last stream. So we're gonna print his wolf. It's a wolf. I don't think he's gonna fit on the bed though. Oh, he does fit on the bed. Okay. Slice plate. Yeah, I found the screwdriver too. It was on the other bench. I just put something on it and I couldn't find it. Cheers, Troglotech. Okay, so this is a 2-hour print. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Okay. So strength, so 3, 4, 3. Okay, that's cool. Speeds, let's look at the speeds here. Why are we going so slow? Okay, so normal printing, we'll do 1,000, outer wall, 5,000, inner wall, 10,000. Bridges, 50%, sparse infill, 100, first layer, 100, top surface, 34, we'll do 4,000, travels, 12,000. Jerk, we'll leave that alone. Speeds, there we go. Okay, first layer 50, that's fine. First layer infill 105. Outer wall 120. Inner wall 200. Sparse infill, that. Okay. That. Okay, save. Okay, what do we got here? Generic PLA, cooling. Min, none of this min layer time bullshit. So 100, no first flare fan. Aux fan, we don't have an aux fan. PLA. Max volumetric. We got Revo high flow in this. Do 20 millimeters cubed because it's only got a normal heater too. And I was speaking with somebody who plays around with the high flow nozzles. PLA and ABS with Revo high flow apparently work just fine with the 40 watt heater as long as you don't go above like 0.8. So if you're upgrading to a 0.8, you know, 0.4, 6, or 8 millimeter nozzle for Revo high flow, and you primarily print PLA or ABS, you really don't need to upgrade your heater. If you want the bigger nozzle, let's make a bigger wolf. Let's make, how big of a wolfie can we get? If you want to print 0.1 mil or bigger, or if you want to print, you know, higher temp materials, you may want to, no, 150. That might, no, that's not gonna fit. No, that ain't gonna fit. Okay, we'll do 150. There we go. Slice plate. Or actually, no, I don't know how much, shoot, how much. I forgot to check. What's our Z on here? I forgot to check our Z. What is our .cfg stepper Z position max 120? Okay, I think we're okay. Position mid mega 1.5. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. And this is a 2-hour prep. Cool. Wolf final. Camera dying. Anytime I hit slice, it flickers for a second. It's not the camera. It has something to do with the ingest card for the HDMI footage. I don't know why it does that. It just does that. Don't the ears need support? Shit, they do. They do. Yeah, this is Orca Slicer. Ah! Why does those coming all the way up from there? There we go, that'll work. Okay, so that's heating up, so I'm gonna e-stop it. There we go. Okay, Aaron, I just said it like 2 seconds ago. When I hit slice, that does a quick burst of Hydra on the CPU, which causes the PCI Express Cam Link card from Elgato to go for a second. So it's only when I hit slice, and it's for a split second. So, but speaking of cameras, 2 things. 1, hey, Sony came out with their new camera. Remember last week how I was talking about I'm interested in maybe getting a new camera so that I can actually do better footage, because let's be honest, I really hate the video quality from Rapid. The GoPro sucks indoors, and I don't think putting a little light on is going to help. So I was looking at a better camera, because I can't bring this guy. It's got no image stabilization, and it's kind of old, and it overheats, and yeah. So I was looking at the FX30, but Sony's like, hey, we're coming out with a new camera. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Maybe I'll get that camera. And they come out, and it's a ZV-1.2. It's a vlogging camera with a fixed lens and like a CMOS sensor. So yeah, not too happy. But speaking of happy, apparently we played around with this on Saturday's stream and you guys like this. So we're going to be doing, I think we're going to be going to Nero After Dark mode more on these streams. And turn off the lighting in the background. So that means I'm back at looking at a Sony FX30. Which, to be fair, I did find one that's open box. I did find an open box one. The downside is it's still with tax going to cost me like 2,500 bucks. So let's turn the lights off so we can actually get some better views of the print. There we go. It does look better off. Yeah, it's not as blown out. Like, let me bring them down. Yeah, see, that's as low as they go. Like, if I want, I could do that. There we go. So we're gonna be doing that from now on, I think. I like these lights on when I'm working, and like certain things when I'm working on the desk, more lighting helps, but when like we're just chatting right now, I think this looks a lot better. First layer wasn't too good. Oh wait, I could just... You are shaking like mad. There we go. Put some nano leaves. No, I am not that kind of streamer. I've got the printers have lights. I think that's good enough. The printers have their lights on. I need to put a light in the rat rig. That's what we need to do. I think that's what we're gonna do Saturday. We're just gonna fill around, put some lights in the rat rig and do some other random stuff. Because I think just having the printers lit up is enough. How many Allen keys do I have? Enough. Still no word on the K1. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Does the mini stealth burner have... I believe there is a mod that has it, but I do not have that. I personally don't like having more wires than you need going to the tool head. Put it that way. Oh, I've looked at the DIY nano leafs and all that. Believe me, I've looked. It's a dumb trend. I don't like it. I'm not like I'm a white tech YouTuber with a beard. I can't hit all the check marks. Okay, I can't hit all the generic, you know, cookie cutter templates. Okay. I got to do something to be not following the exact trend of everyone else. I mean, I wear a plaid shirt sometimes too. Need to up my thumbnail game. I've as much as I've hated I hate thumbnails. I hate having to do thumbnails. I think it's cancer. I'm just glad I don't do shorts. But like, where's my channel? Where is my channel? Videos. There we go. So, hey, look, there's my picture in a thumbnail. There's me in a thumbnail. There's me in a thumbnail. There's me in a thumbnail. Like, I've started putting myself in thumbnails. I hate doing it, but you have to. So, it is what it is. What are we at right now? Do I got a video at 250,000 net? No. Wait, your best so eject thumbnail. Conform to the algorithm. I mean, I kind of have to. As much as people shit on creators that do clickbait thumbnails, if you complain that your creator is doing, that the creator that you enjoy their content, that you enjoy, that you do not pay for, you don't need to pay for, it's completely free on your end. If you are angry your creator is doing something that does not affect you in the least and allows them to do better on YouTube because they do a face in the thumbnail and it annoys you that much, don't be like, oh, no, be like, hey, I want you to not be as good of a YouTuber. I want you to have shitty reach in the algorithm. Don't be like, oh, I don't like that they do the clickbait titles. No, just straight up say, hey, I hope you fail. I hope you don't do as good as you possibly could, because that's what you're saying. Because guess what? The trend sucks. I hate it. Every other YouTuber hated it, but it works. Why would you not want the creator that whose content you enjoy to do better? Because, oh, principle. Yeah, fuck off. Don't hate the play, hate the game. Exactly. Like, as shitty as it is, it works. And there's a reason people do it. If it didn't work, people wouldn't do it. I was once told by professionals not to put your own. It changes over time. Everything changes over time. Like, here's the thing. I don't do short form content. I do the odd short, but I don't do short form content. I mean, my average content is a 3-hour live stream. And I'm doing okay. You don't have to fully conform to the algorithm. There is viable niche markets that you can thrive in. But, you know, on the flip side of that, I just hit 50,000 subs after over 2 years of being serious about YouTube. Like, we ain't gonna be seeing Mr. Beast growth rates here. That's kind of the thing. It is what it is. Cartoon faces, yeah. Also, a thumbnail is like a billboard. If you're driving down the road and you see a billboard for a movie and it's got like a dumb saying on it or a dumb face on it, are you not going to go see the movie because of the poster? Like, all a thumbnail is just a billboard to get your attention. I look at when I look at videos, when I want to watch a video, I go to my subscriptions and I go, okay, who's the creator and what is the name of the video and what are they doing? I don't look at the thumbnail really. It's like, okay, cool. Oh, look, Final Cut Pro for iPad review. Yeah, it's Petapixel. I like Petapixel, but I don't use iPad, so I don't care. I'm not going to watch their video, regardless of the thumbnail or not. So it's like, the thumbnail is just a billboard. It's just to get your attention. If the content creator you like and the title of the video is a thing you want to watch it. Who cares what the thumbnail does? All it is to grab your eye. Oh, what do you suggest for a 2.4 build, Mandela Rose or standard bed? Okay, I don't understand the so high price difference. Okay, Ivano. Okay. Ivano. Where is it? Where are you? Are you over here? That's a printer. That's a printer. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay. So, This right here stay. This is a bed. This is a boron bed for a 300mm spec printer. This is pretty much a stock bed. This is actually an LDO bed. Why do I have an extra 300mm LDO bed? I honestly can't remember. Jason just sent it to me one day. Anyways, so on this bed, if you look at the bed itself, it's 8mm thick aluminum. You got your heater on the bottom. That's pretty much going to be the same. The difference is the surface. So on this one, peel off this wrap here. You pretty much just have, it's just aluminum. It's just an aluminum tooling plate. You want to see the swirl? That means it was blanched ground, which means you should have a flatter bed. You want to see the swirl. See that swirl? That means it was blanched ground. That means they put this giant plate before they cut it up into little plates on a big blanch grinder, and they ground it flat. That's what you want to see on a bed, is it being blanched ground, okay? Then what you do is you take your magnet, which is stuck here, take your magnet, which has got adhesive on the back, and you go, blah, and you stick it to the bed. And then you stick your PI sheet on top of that. That is a standard bed. That's also going to be the cheapest bed because it's literally just a stick-on magnet on a squarish piece of aluminum with some holes drilled and countersunk in it. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. The other option is a Mandela Roseworks style bed. Now, Mandela Roseworks not the only one who does it. I've got a bed for it like that on the rat rig. So on this bed, okay, you actually have machined pockets in the bed with magnets installed and screwed down to. So the advantage of this is these magnets, they ain't going anywhere, okay? So it's still a magnetic bed, but those magnets are not going anywhere, okay? Turn it off. So the problem with the traditional way is the adhesive can technically fail over time. I haven't had it happen to any of my printers, but you're relying on glue to stick the magnet down. So one, it adds more of a variance because now your print surface is nice machined flat aluminum, and then a layer of glue, and then a magnet, and then your surface on top of that, which could be a spring steel sheet with a layer of glue and then PI. Depending on your bed, sometimes it's, depends on your spring steel makeup. Versus this, where it is machined flat aluminum with pockets with magnets that either sit at the same level or slightly below the surface. So you have a flat plate with the magnets installed, and then your spring steel PI. So technically that bed should be more continuous. There are downsides though. One, cost. It costs more money. It's more machine work involved, and you need to buy individual magnets, which cost more than a big sticky magnet. Two, bed probes. You now have a variance in the bed surface. So if you want to use something like a beacon probe, you can't really use it on this bed. Technically you can, you just have to tell it to avoid where the magnets are, okay? Because different magnetic fields will vary on inductive probes and probes like the beacon. So you have to avoid the magnets when you probe. So if you can't probe the whole bed, what's the point of getting a probe that's designed to probe the entire bed? So on this, it's just a regular inductive probe. It's fine. But on like the beacon style probe, the eddy currents don't like variable magnets. You have to use a bed like that where you have a continuous magnet. So, yeah. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. Depends on what you're looking to use your printer for and whatnot. Yeah, or use something like tap. Tap doesn't matter what bed you use. Personally, I'm a big fan of nozzle probes because you're actually, any physical probe that actually probes the bed surface itself. Because the problem with like inductive probes is you're probing the metal. You're not probing the layer of glue on top of it and the layer of PI on top of that. If I machine those pockets myself in a flatbed with a mill, you could. You could, nothing's stopping you, and you can buy the magnets off the shelf and use a screw to put them in. But you gotta mill pockets. You gotta drill and tap them. You technically can epoxy them in place. You just gotta be very careful because not all epoxies are rated for the temperature. You don't want the magnets popping out. I probably should have put a brim on this. I'm a little worried with the front paws. You can also make sure you don't overheat your bed while machining it and warp it. So. What kit is this? This isn't a kit. This is a mishmash of, I've got 3 different brands of aluminum extrusions. A few mods, Kirigama bed, an LGX Lite. This isn't a kit. The closest parts to a kit on this are some LDO parts. But this is a completely self-sourced build. This is V00. This is V0 number 3. Serial number 3, if you're wondering. Gasket sealing to the magnets? No. No. Do I think belted Z is worth it on a V0? No. Yes. Depends. If you already got the LDO like integrated lead screw, don't bother. With this one, the reason I went belted on here is this was original a V00, and the V00 lead screw was belted to a motor, and there was always a little bit of a wobble issue, so people came up with a belted Z mod. So the advantage is you have really fast Z hops with belts. Okay? It's 120 millimeters of Z. How many times do you Z hop it in a print? It's diminishing returns. So the reason I kept it belted is because I don't have a spare integrated lead screw to do a proper setup, like the stock setup on this. So this is a V02 with a belted Z, Kirigama bed, modified mini stealth burner tool head with an LGX Lite, Picobillical. We got RGB side panels that are off right now because they're way too bright. V0 display. I'm trying to think what else is, there's like one other mod, I think. He could have, I could have asked him, but I'd rather keep it modded. I wanted to have mods on this printer. Tri-Zero belt, it's belted Z. I mean, I have a salad fork somewhere. Is it under there? I don't know. I have a salad fork somewhere. Can I print 0.2 layer height using a 0.6 nozzle without issue? Yeah. Yeah, no problem. I do it. That's my normal, this guy right here has a 0.6 nozzle. My normal profile is 0.6 nozzle with 0.2 layer height. Sometimes I'll do 0.25. Basically a fat nozzle, you'll still get the same Z resolution. So if you're printing something curved, if you print it at 0.2 layer height with a 0.4 nozzle, a 0.6 nozzle, 0.8 nozzle, the curve will still be the same because your Z resolution is the same. The only difference is your XY resolution. So if you're printing something like a big fat boat, right? See this curve here? This will be dependent on your Z height. So this will still stay as smooth. This is printed with a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. Okay. Or actually, oh no, this was 0.6. This is a 0.6 nozzle. I forgot which benchie was what. This is a 0.6 nozzle, but at 0.2 layer height. So you still get that nice smooth curve. It depends what you're printing and what kind of look you're going for and if it matters. Now, if you print it with like a 1.4 nozzle at 0.1 or 1 mil layer height, yeah, you get chunky layer lines. So, is there such a thing as an unmodified Voron? Yeah, that's pretty much stock, but it's an LDO kit. This was fully stock until I did the XY motor mounts I machined. Because why not? I made them out of carbon fiber. Tallboy is stock. The Toasty is pretty much stock other than extra insulation. I got a V0.1 that's fully stock in the other room. Which board do you have in a V03? There is no V03. This is V0 serial number 3. Which board? It's an SKR Mini V2. SKR Mini V2 with a Picobillical. Well, the tall part, yeah, true. The tall part, a Tallboy ain't stock. Also, Tallboy hasn't been turned on in over a year, so. How many printers do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I count this guy? 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And a half. Oh, wait. $34. $34. Plus an Ender 3 V2 that's ripped apart. So whatever that counts like. Can you run input shaper with Picobillical tool head and compare the nozzle ADXL? I could. This has an ADXL built into the tool head. I just really wanted to try that standalone thing. We could. We could. I've heard the Picobillical isn't very accurate. Well, here's the thing. The problem with the Picobillical ADXL, it's mounted on the back of the stepper motor. So it's back here. So you're gonna have more of this motion because you want to measure here, not back here. So tinkered and 3469 odd number, but cheers. Good luck on one good luck dollar per printer and some change for the ender. That makes sense now. Cheers. Plug them all in and do a noise level. I'll tell you exactly how loud it will be if I plug in all the printers. It'll be dead quiet because I'll pop the breaker. I have enough printers in this room to pop the breaker. I've done it. Play with CAN Boss much? I've done it twice and both times were a little kind of finicky and annoying. Apparently it's getting better, but like, yeah. I'm pretty sure we're hitting some sort of limit here. Yeah, we're hitting the flow rate limit. That's what we're doing. Do you print much with the rat rig and how you enjoy it? I've only printed a few test things with it so far. It's been good. I gotta start printing stuff for a Calibration. I might print some of it on the rat rig. We'll see. What's the cost difference between self-sourcing kits and about... It's hard to say because it depends what components you go for. And also a big thing is where you live. Shipping could be a pretty expensive thing depending on where you live. So, am I running? Yeah, this has a Revo high flow. It's got a 0.4 high flow on it. So we're printing up to like 20 millimeters cubed flow rate. Let's see here. Yeah, it's topping around a little over 18 millimeters cubed flow rate, according to the slicer. What is the max speed? It's hard to say because it's the outer wall of this is not consistent. Like we're doing 200 mil on the 200 millimeters a second infill and 300 millimeters a second travel. The problem is the outer wall of this model is very scraggly, so you're not getting like. There's a reason people use curves, like big curves and straight lines to show off printer speeds. Because when you're actually printing something with, you know, geometry that involves lots of quick rapid changes, you don't actually hit those high speeds. So, do you use the second? I have not. I built it. We had the issues with the drivers, the closed loop drivers. So I ended up building the printer. I played with it for a little bit just to make sure it worked, and then it's been in the other room. So. I'll be honest with the second. That kit could be improved quite a bit. I wasn't quite happy with some of the way the design is on that kit. Stuff wasn't exactly to my full liking. Yeah. It doesn't seem... I'm not going to say it's a bad kit. It just seems very old way of doing printer kits. Like, it felt like I was building a kit from like 5 years ago. So. A little bit stringy? No, not really. Maybe it's the lighting, but it's not that stringy. I can't see any strings. Oh, it is wispy. I wouldn't call those strings. Yeah, those are like very, very little wisps. Actually, let me get a light in there so you guys can see a bit better. Well, I drop that. Oh, this room's a mess. What do I got in here? What the heck is this? Oh, it's my 40 cal die set. That makes sense. Yeah. Where can you find space mount to use a mount for the Picobillical for the tool head? I don't know. Go watch the stream when I put it on, because I literally, somebody suggested it and I just downloaded it and printed it and put it on. I can't remember the exact mount I used. The Trident being a workhorse versus the 2.4. The Trident is a lot... There's less parts that can go wrong in worse ways on a Trident. Trident's lead screw driven. So when it comes to the Z is a heck of a lot simpler. The gantry is exactly the same on both, but the gantry on a V2 moves. So you have ball joints that it sits on, which are printed, and it moves up and down. So the gantry isn't as rigid, and also it's on belts. So you have all the bearings in each of the 4 tackle boxes at the bottom for the drive motors, bearings up top. The Trident has less that can go wrong with it in worse ways. So basically, if I was building like 300mm spec printers for a print farm, and you gave me the choice of either V2s or Tridents, I would build Tridents. 350, I'd build V2s. but that's heavy duty print farm use, and that's when you have multiple printers and uptime is key. To be fair, I haven't had to do any maintenance on this machine from anything breaking in like 2 years. I've done some work on it. I swapped out the XY joints to carbon fiber machined ones because I did it for a video where I machined them myself. But like, I haven't had anything break on this printer in 2 years. And this is my most used printer, so. V24 is a giant 2.4. No, V24 is the precursor to the V2 series. Contest when? At the end of stream. Why would someone choose a 2.4 over a Trident? Personal choice. The fun thing about Vorons is they're designed to exist because they're designed to exist. They're not meant to fill a market. They're not meant to be like, this one is for these people. It's like, no, they're just all fun, different designs for his machines. So when you don't have to sell anything, you just do different designs. The Trident is the continuation of the V1 series. The V1 is the first series of Vorons. So it was the Voron kit. So V1 is the original Voron. And then you have the V1.5, or the 2.5, the 1.5, the V1.6, the V1.8, which I have down there. And then V1.8 became Trident because numbers are hard. And calling printers V1, V2, and V0, you got to think of it more like BMW names, where it's like the V1 isn't version 1. That's the name of the printer. The printer is just V1. We call it Trident. So a Trident is basically the continuation of the V1 series, which is fixed gantry moving bed. The V2 is fixed bed moving gantry. And as they both developed, they actually kind of converged. So they're actually, the Trident and the V2 use the exact same gantry. The only difference is on a V2 it moves, on a Trident it stays up top, like both these machines have the exact same gantry. XY motion is exactly the same on both these machines. Just on this one, the bed moves. On this one, the gantry moves. That's it. So they're separate designs, the V1 series and the V2 series. They've just kind of converged over the years. Can you make a Trident 2.4 mix? What do you mean mix? They don't. What? Same Z accuracy? I'll let you in on a secret. Z accuracy, advertising Z accuracy on a 3D printer is bullshit. They all use NEMA 17 motors. They all have the same accuracy. You're printing at 0.2 layer height. They can move down. This has the micro stepping on a standard V2 is 0.00025 millimeters per micro step. You don't print at 0.00025. You print at 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Z accuracy is just marketing mumbo jumbo. Same with XY resolution. If somebody can explain how one NEMA 17 motor, a 1.8 degree NEMA 17 motor on a GT 20-tooth pulley with GT2 belt, can someone explain how one printer using that setup can have a different XY resolution than another printer using the exact same setup, same micro stepping, and both using sound mechanical motion systems? They all have the same XY resolution too. It's all just marketing BS. Make the bed move slower. The slack, belts don't stretch. They do their initial stretch and then that's it. People have tested belts, like they don't stretch. They're continuous. Once you load them, they stay at the same loading throughout the movement. I'm gonna build a v0.2 whenever the kit shows up. But yeah, it's all 90% of 3D printers use the exact same hardware. They just kind of put together in slightly different ways, like Lego. So, but the marketing said, I know, it's funny. That's a NEMA 17 driven Core XY that's enclosed. That's a NEMA 17 driven Core XY that's enclosed. That's a NEMA 17 driven Core XY that's enclosed. That's a NEMA 17 driven Core XY that's enclosed. That's a NEMA 17 driven Core XY that's enclosed. This is a NEMA 17 driven Core XY that's not enclosed. Or actually, sorry, NEMA 14. But they all use the same belts. They all use the same pulleys. They all use the same motors. They're all 32-bit controllers. Some of them have more fan than others. Some of them are, well, these are all direct feed. Like, it's funny how dissimilar 3D printers are. Like, that will run at the same speeds as that. Like, that has, you know, a leaf blower on the side to give you more part cooling so you can print faster. But nothing's stopping you from doing that on that. Like, the fastest speed bench is done on a modified, heavily modified V0 with NEMA 14s. So, yeah. And then you have the V-wheel bed slingers. Well, you know, some people have a budget they got to work with. Servos when? Servos don't make sense on a 3D printer, in my opinion. They're way too costly to be worth it. You can buy an NEMA 17 for like $5-10 for a good one. If you want a really good one, ooh, $20. How expensive is a servo? So what do you get? Okay, you get closed loop. None of these machines have closed loop steppers. I can't remember the last time I had a layer shift. And usually, if your tool head is hitting the print hard enough to cause a layer shift, odds are that print was pretty fucked to begin with. So, okay, I don't skip because I run my machines at, you know, safe, tested limits. I'm not pushing them to the limit, so I don't have to worry about layer shifts. They're TMC drivers, so they're relatively quiet. So if I'm not having layer shifts, I'm not worried about noise. What do I get going to servos other than a lighter wallet? And if you say speed, well, all these machines could also outrun their hot ends that are already installed in it. So speed doesn't make sense because all these can outrun their hot ends already with NEMA 17s. Like, it makes more sense on a CNC, where closed loop makes a lot more sense on a CNC. On a 3D printer, nothing should be putting force on your tool head. If something's pushing on your tool head during a print, something's wrong. Bragging rights. Yeah, true. It's like speed benchies. When did I last use A4988s? Probably one of the kit printers. I have a printer with DRVs in it. I've got a Voron V1 from 2016 that still has DRVs. And it's quieter than a Bamboo. In fact, we might be playing with that one on Saturday too. If I can find the parts, I want to put the high flow stuff in it so we can start printing fast with it. Haas Real. Does Haas make a 3D printer? My spool's gonna. Oh, spool's fine. Spool's feeding just fine. Can you make a print that prints 90 degrees like the bed was fixed to one wall? What, like this? Okay. Oh no, the leg fell off. The doggo lost his leg. Aw. I gotta pause it now. Stupid leg fell off. Pause. Let me reslice this with a brim. Poor doggo. Okay, so let's make him go faster because we are going too slow. Filament. So let's bump that up to 25 millimeters cubed. Cooling, you got that. Layer time, 100 seconds. Let's put that down to 15. Force cooling for Save. There's bed adhesion. Outer, there we go. Outer brim. I don't like. Why does it put a gap? I want the brim on so it sticks. Okay. Poor doggo. Everything else stuck really good. Just the one light fell off. This is Orca Slicer for those wondering. I will say we did have a slight layer shift though with me flipping the printer on its side. Oh well. I've printed with a V0 upside down before. It prints just fine. What's the gear ratio on the Z-axis? None. Or actually, no. It's 5 to 1, 4 to 1. It's an M4. Oh. I've got way too many wires. So we got, it's an M4 on the back. So this is your pancake NEMA 17. So this is driving the bed. A Magic Phoenix MPX 4 on CBT kit for... I don't know what that is. It sounds like a mix of a gun and some bondage fetish. MBX, okay, let's take a look. So MPX, I'm pretty sure, is a submachine gun, and this is Rooster and Spherical Object no touch. So what's the MPX CBT part mean? Is it just a V2 kit? Okay, Chaotic Lab. So are all the parts metal? No, they're printed with Polylite. Okay. Or on tap kit, Stealth Burner. Manta. Oh, okay. I don't know. V2 kit with CAN bus and tap included with optional CNC kit. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I haven't built a V2 on stream in a while. The thing is, though, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a kit to build it on stream, because it's very likely like the cost to reward of buying $1,000+ kit isn't really there. So yeah, if one shows up, I may build it, because why not? I mean, I've built 5 V0s on this channel so far on streams. Got no problem doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. But yeah. Building it. I have. I'm waiting on it. There's a company working on a K3 kit, and when that shows up, I'll build one. Jeez, the brim on this thing. Polymaker filament just got delivered. Nice. That's always good. If you want to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. Go check it out. Yeah, even right now, so that first layer is a little not great. It's usable, but it's not great. Have you bugged Jason for a positron kit yet? Did you watch my video? I just did a video from Saturday. Did you watch the video? Sebas, we need to know, did you watch the video where I talked to Jason about positron kits at Rapid and it came out on Saturday? Please tell me you watched the video. You're a supporter of the channel. You're green. You watched the video, right? And you liked it? You hit the like button too? You have short-term memory loss. Sebas. TLDR. Taking a one-off, pretty custom design and making it into something that you can mass produce reliably and consistently actually involves a lot of work. I pity those that have purchased positron kits that already exist. Good luck. Is all I could say. They may have to change some of the design, like certain aspects, like the wire that it uses, the synchro mesh wire, is actually a royal pain in the butt to source reliably. Apparently, it's like a 6 to 8 month lead time to order. So it's like, yeah, you can build a positron. People have built positrons, but there's a difference between building one custom machine and actually being able to sell reliable, reproducible mass production kits. And they're still in the locking that down phase. So the printer is jumping. Where is it jumping to? Is it jumping to conclusions? One of the feet is shorter than the others. I gotta play around with that. May have to shim it. I hate those little rubber, the small little rubber feet that this specs, they don't really sit flat. Yeah, I'm waiting on the official positron kits. The little gunk that looks horrible is just the brim kind of didn't stick too well in some spots, so it's kind of gummed up there. That's why it looks like poop right now. But that's just bad brim, not the print itself. Come here, buddy. Hey. Oh, you're a good boy. How you doing? Came to say hi? Oh, you're a good goober. Are you a good goober? Have you been behaving? Your breath is stinky. You got stinky doggo breath. Beep. That's the backup out. I gotta clean the floor up. I got way too many printers on the floor right now. Was a positron at Murph and a Pelican? Yes, they have a Pelican case for it. It ships in a Pelican case. I don't know if it's like a real Pelican case or if it's like, you know, Asia market brand Pelican case, but I like 3D printers, but I'm here for Coda. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. How old is Doggo? 11. Coda is a Shepherd Husky mix. This is Revo high flow. But it's a 0.4 high flow, so you're still looking at around like not crazy high flow rates. It's only 0.4. Dang it. This is what I get for holding out. The FX30 I was looking at, the open box one, is sold now. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Damn it. Oh well. Sad. Yeah, it would have been nice to save a couple $100 on a several $1,000 camera. Kira's still good. All slicers are good. It just, it depends your printer and what you're looking to get out of your slicer. Most slicer default profiles are good enough. Is the AMS and ERCFA equal? Yes and no. They both do completely different things. Okay, put it this way. You're not running the same, either of those on compatible machines. The AMS only works with bamboos, and the ERCFA works on everything that doesn't run Marlin and is not a bamboo. So if you have a bamboo machine, you're using AMS. If it's not a bamboo machine, you're not using the AMS. So it depends more the printer than the multi-feed system. ERCFA has the advantage that you can make it as big as you want, and it's compatible on more machines. But it doesn't have a rewind feature, so you need to figure out some sort of buffer system. There's a few different options for that. It's slightly faster than the ERCFA, or than the AMS. They still both are single nozzle multi-material setups, so you have issues with purging. You have a ton of purge. It makes a ton of waste. The ERCFA is more compatible and more expandable, and it's open source. The AMS only works on bamboos. So if you have a bamboo, that's your only choice. Unless you want to run a Chameleon. Do I prefer the 3D Chameleon or the ERCFA? I really don't use either, because the only machine that I have with a multi-material setup is the Bamboo Lab X1C with an AMS, and I use it occasionally. I don't do a ton of multicolor prints. Do I think the MM3 will be any good? Probably. I've never used it though, so I have no idea. What about the palette? I can't use palette. All my machines run Clipper and or are a bamboo machine, and palette is not compatible with Clipper at all. Or palette 3 is not compatible with Clipper at all. Do I use a nozzle brush? Nope. ERCFA will be obsoleted by the trad rack. I wouldn't say so. I've heard things either way, both good and bad. 2, it's not out and publicly tested yet, so that's just an assumption. And 3, there's nobody stopping anyone from upgrading ERCFA. The beauty of open source, you can always change it. But if it works out, like I do like some of the design aspects of the trad rack, I will say. But now you're also moving a feeder gear along the whole way, so it is a heavier setup. Or heavier motion setup, if I remember correctly. Did I get the Docker? I have not. This whole weekend was a write-off. I was gone all day yesterday doing family stuff. You're on the beta? Nice. Like, I do like some of the design aspects of it, I will say. It is a lot simpler. It uses half the feed gears. It's compact. The ERCFA wasn't that big to begin with, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I haven't used either, so. Or I don't use, like, they're both. My ERCFA is collecting dust in another room right now. Do a Chameleon mod to the AMS if it was sent to you? Well, it'd be a Chameleon mod to the bamboo, but sure. Like, I have a P1P I could put it on. I mean, I don't use the P1P for anything right now, so. To be heavier. So, let me go grab my ERCFA. I really got to clean this room up. Okay, there's the ERCFA. Okay, so this is an Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. Okay, wrong button. Oh, I just have the controller just tangling off there. Okay, cool. So this is your Enraged Rabbit. So this is the actual thing. This is just mount. So on an ERCFA, it moves like this. okay? And your feed gear that actually drives the filament is in here. And what happens is when it's driving, a servo pushes a tab down that squishes the two feed gears and drives the filament through the individual channel you're feeding from. Okay, so this is a 6-unit feeder. On the trad rack, the feeding gear and the stepper motor are on the carriage. So instead of it compressing two feed gears together, each one of these just is one feed gear and it's open on the top, and it just moves to whatever filament it wants to feed. It compresses it. I think there's still a servo in it, and then also it feeds it. So your carriage here has a NEMA 17 on it, or a NEMA 14, I can't remember exactly which. It's got its drive gear on it and the stepper, but you use less components. So it basically is a simpler design, but the moving component is more critical. There's more involved in the moving part. So it's just a different way of going about it. Like, they both do the same thing in different ways. And linear rails versus rods. At that size, it doesn't really matter. Rails would make it more compact though. But in terms of functionality, like, you're not dealing with rod bending over this far. If you're building like a 15-unit one, it might make sense at that point. Like, let me pull a picture up here. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad design. It's just I don't have experience with it, so I can't use it. Like, I can't say, oh, it's great. Trad rack feeder. Trent gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers. Okay, yeah, show me the trad rack. Like, show me the system. Okay. Ooh, a render. Where's, like, show me the pictures. Beta sign up. I don't want to have to sign up for a beta. Show me pictures. Is this the only picture you got? Well, yeah. So you can see, like, you have a NEMA 17 on the gantry here moving. So it's simpler down here, but you have more stuff going on with the carriage. So this part's simpler. This one's more complex. So you're moving the complex thing to the thing that moves into the stationary part. Potato, potato. Do I still use the switch wire? Not really, because the switch wire was my open air PLA printer, which I don't do a lot of open air PLA printing. So it kind of just, I used it less and less, and then I got the P1P, because usually if I'm doing open air PLA printing, it's usually a printer I'm testing. But like, I've got all these. These are the printers I use the most, are the ones on this shelf. So it just, I eventually didn't have room for it anymore. Thoughts on tap changer? Wait until it's more thoroughly tested. I'm not saying it looks really cool, but I've seen multiple people try to make DIY tool changing setups on 3D printers, not just Vorons, and they always seem to not make it to develop like full accepted use. So we'll see. We'll see. Had a bunch of fun building my v0.2 kit. Thank you. Cheers. Hope the videos helped. It's just multi or tool change setups are complicated. Tool changers are complicated. There's a reason you don't see a ton of tool changers, and the ones that do exist are pricey. Getting that docking, undocking to be 100% reliable and 100% repeatable is finicky, especially when you're using just printed parts and off-the-shelf parts. There's a reason like everything uses machines custom parts. So where are we at? We're at 450. We're probably gonna have to end the stream soon so I can make dinner. So much vaporware in the tool changer world. I know. At least the Prusa one works. Do you run a print farm, or is print hobby just I run a YouTube channel. I would love to do print farm stuff, and maybe once I get the garage set up, I might do custom order stuff, like small runs of stuff. But like, I do everything in this room, and I don't want to be printing while I'm streaming. I stream 3 days a week. I do videos as well when I do them. It's just, I can't print and stream at the same time. It gets really hot in this room and it's loud. So I don't. But maybe when I get the garage set up, I'll do stuff. We'll see. But yeah, I do, back to PIF. I want to do PIF. The folks that do PIF are awesome, but it wouldn't be worth my time because PIF is not designed to generate profit. PIF is like break-even beer money at best. So if I was doing print farm stuff, it would not be PIF. It would be like contract stuff. What are you doing, Calvin? What are you doing?
Hello.
Is that mommy's? Are you watching Daddy's live stream?
Oh.
Yeah. Is that you on there? Hey, look. Look. Hey, Calvin, look. Hey. Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go give Mama her phone back. Daddy's right here. Hi.
There you
go. He comes in, he's got my wife's phone. He's just watching the stream on it. I want to see Daddy. I'm like, right here. Where we are many in chat asking if you checked Happy Hair software. What is Happy Hair? What is Happy Hair? What is Happy Hair? I have no idea what Happy Hair is. Also, that's the first time I'm seeing it. I have no idea what Happy Hair, and you're the first person asking about it that I've seen. New software for IRCFA? Then no, because I haven't had the IRCFA hooked up in months, so I haven't looked into it. So yeah, I haven't really looked into it because I haven't been using the IRCFA. Like, this is the first time it's been in this room and for months. Like, whenever the switch wire was last in here, about 2 months before that was the last time I used IRCFA. So it's been a hot minute. And this IRCFA is a very first revision of it, and it's kind of out of date too. And it needs some love. So. How's that coming? That's coming good. How often do you use the bamboo versus Voron? It depends. I'm using the Vorons more than the bamboo right now because ever since I put the bamboo into standalone network mode and I can't, you know, monitor the prints with the built-in webcam unless I send that webcam feed to who knows where, it's made me want to use it less. So yeah, I've been using the Vorons and the rat rig. Yeah, that part of the bamboo is getting really annoying. But if you blow, remember, don't worry now. Don't worry now. If you have a bearing die on the XY joint of a bamboo, they'll sell you a whole new X gantry for $120, I believe. So you can take apart the entire machine to replace one bearing. Don't worry. Yeah, bounty. Oh, I know. Here's the thing. You have as much luck of cracking that firmware as you do cracking the flight firmware on a DJI quadcopter. Take that as you will. Thoughts on the FormBot kit? I haven't built anything with a FormBot kit. I have built with a Physec kit. Those kits, from my stance is basically hardware-wise, you're probably okay. Buy some extra fans though. And you may want to upgrade the wiring. So. They do need to make a decent hot end. For what, the bamboo? Bamboo hot end's pretty good. Somebody actually made a high flow hot end for it. You can't buy it though because bamboo won't let you run a PID tune on it, so you can't change the hot end. You have to use their hot ends on it. Because you can't change the PID, you can't change the thermistor, and you can't rerun a PID. The YouTube chat, there's an emoji window? Oh. Awesome and awful. They're like DJI quadcopters. They work really good, but you do things the way DJI wants you to do it, and that's how you do it. And I mean, I've got quadcopter, I fly DJI goggles on my quads. They make really good stuff, but it's their way. You do it their way and the way they want you to do it. And that's how it is. And unfortunate thing is, in 3D printing land, we like to tinker, fiddle, and mess with stuff, especially like the open source crew. So. The bamboo hot end and other machines. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the bamboo hot end is actually a really nice hot end. It is a little fragile, I will say, but it's dirt cheap. So, FEZ. Yeah, I've done a few flights lately, just up and down the street. Nothing crazy. Am I going to Murph? Yes. Who's a good wiring provider for Trident? I've used a few different looms. I can't remember who off the top of my head. I used one from KB3D, and I think the other may have been Fabrico. But I think the foreign bought ones come with a good loom now. Basically, just make sure it's PTFE wire. Don't be using silicone wire. Make sure it's PTFE wire. What printer do I wish I had? I would like a V24. Some Russian firmware that disables the geofence on my DJI Spark. Like my goggles, where are my goggles at? So my FPV goggles are DJI goggles. They're V1s. And they are, the firmware on these are hacked. So these are my FPV goggles, and I got a digidapter so I can fly analog. So like my LR4, this has a naked Vista, a Runcam Wasp, and with, where are these? These GNB 1100 milliamp high volt batteries. This flies, this will do 10K, so 5K out, 5K back, no problem. Give me like 12 to 15 minutes of flight time, depending on flying. And it's sub 250, and it's high frame rate, 1080p. Or sorry, 720p, because these are V1 goggles. That ain't too bad. Like, it ain't too bad. Like, yeah, it's DJI, so you got the latency issue. But for, you know, just cruising around big open farm fields, that ain't bad. If you could design a printer, what areas would you try to improve? Well, I'm on the Voron team, so I have, but here's the thing, I can't CAD myself out of a cardboard box, and when it comes to designing printers, it's just me throwing suggestions and ideas out there and bouncing feedback off the wall. How's the garage shop coming? As of the other day, this. So you're standing in the corner. So basically this is what I have to work with. It's from this wall to about here is about 10 feet. And there's gonna be a shelf right here. One of those like 77-inch by 72-inch tall shelves, 2 feet deep. So that's gonna divide the garage in half because I still need somewhere to put my lawnmower. Tomorrow on the members live stream, you're gonna watch me rip this bench out because it was built by the previous owner. It's sketchy as fuck. So this is what we're doing tomorrow on the stream, is ripping this out. And maybe taking the electrical out too, if I feel up to it. Some French cleats. So the plan is, what I want to do, so right now in the garage I have one circuit, and it's a 15 amp circuit. So it's this outlet, an outlet behind here, this one, and then there's an outlet like over here on the other wall. So the plan is leave the outdoor light, this circuit, and the circuit on the other wall over here. Add one more over here and maybe one more over there behind me. And then I'm gonna run a new circuit, a 20 amp circuit, with one plug here, and then like 3 or 4 plugs on this wall, at about 4 feet off the ground, including one plug down here for the compressor. And that'll be a 20 amp circuit. So I'll basically have a dedicated circuit just for tools and printers in this room, along with a 15 amp circuit also for printers in this room. So 2 circuits, and then I also want to put a 220 plug in here for welders and CNC machine, hopefully down the line. We'll see. And all this has got to be insulated and drywalled, and I got to do something with the floors. So we're still in cleanup mode. So. Why PTFE? It lasts longer in the drag chains. Silicone wire won't last in the drag chains. So that's on the Beagle camera. I don't know. I've got the 3DO camera that we're going to put in the rat rig at some point. Crutches. They're just there. I don't know where they're from. They were here when we bought the house, and they're still here. So, yeah. Not enough amps. So I gave up trying to rent a shed. There's nothing around me. I have looked for somewhere to rent that I could run the channel out of. There's nothing around me. I'm not driving 45 minutes into town for an overpriced shop that I can rent a garage. That's my problem. I would love a setup like Ivan Miranda has, where he just has that little workshop area. I would love something like that. I don't have room for that. Or that doesn't exist near me. So you need to put another panel from the main line in. Why do I need to put another panel from the main line in? This is the main panel. This is the in right here. And I've got only half of this is used. I've got the whole bottom of this, like this is a sideways panel. So only half the panel is used. I have the other half fully open to do whatever with. For a tough shed? No, because building code I can only build up to so big, and it's not big worth enough. Because whatever I build, I have to insulate, heat, and cool. At the size that I would be building, it would be way too much. Yeah, I'll be putting a 20 amp circuit. There'll be a 20 amp circuit and a 220. So yeah, I've got plenty of room in the panel for more power. Like, it's only a 125 amp panel though, but it's 3D printers. I'm not running like a ton, and I don't have a lot of power draw stuff in the house. Everything is pretty efficient in the house, LEDs and whatnot. Do 20. Well, I'm not going to do 220 because or 220 amp circuits, because I've already got one circuit that's 15, and that'll be fine as is. I'm just going to add another 20 amp for basically everything on this wall. So everything on this wall will have its own circuit, and this will probably be printers, and then I'll have a 15 amp that'll run anything on the shelf here, and then like the fridge in the garage. And then I'll also have a 220 that I could draw from if I need to. And then if I need more, I can always just install more. So. But like right now, like the average load on this house isn't much. Need a master chief in the... What do I need a master chef in the garage? Still waiting to get that HelloFresh sponsorship so we can do a cooking stream. Is that a door light? In the garage? This is the lighting with just 2 light bulbs and then the garage door opener light. Why is it sideways? I don't know. Ask the builders. I think they did it sideways just to make it easier, because they basically have, you know how you got 2 banks of circuits? By turning it sideways, all the wires just come up and straight up into the ceiling, and then they run across the ceiling into the house, because the house is over here. So it comes in, and then they just go straight up, which makes it easy for stuff in the garage, because anything in the garage, you just come straight down into the plug. So, I don't know. I didn't wire the house up. I bought it like this. It's how it is. Okay, let's do a giveaway, because I need to make dinner for the family, and we already ran a little late. So let me pull this up here. So if you didn't enter, you'll have another chance on Friday. And also, don't forget, Friday, since I have you all here, is the community challenge stream. So every month we do a community challenge on the Discord, and this month's challenge is still open. You can still enter and have your chance to win. here. This one. Aha, cool. Okay, so this is the May challenge, which is called Thick and Thin. So basically, I want to see you print stuff with either a really fat nozzle or a really thin nozzle. So like, ooh, look at that, really small, really high detail, and then print stuff with really fat nozzles with big fat layer lines. Read the entries. It's easy. Anyone can enter. Unless you get like a 0.4 nozzle, because that's just an average nozzle. That don't count. Throw a 0.25 or smaller, or a 0.8 or bigger, and just print something thick or really thin, and have fun with it. So print something like this, enter it. You might win a free hat and some filament. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gives me content for Friday. So go do that now. So let's do this. Okay. Let me copy all these names here. There we go. Okay. So I need a number between 5 and 15. I need a number between 5 and 15. Why 5 and 15? Because I don't know. That's what I'm asking you for. You tell me. 9. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, we'll find out in a second. But it's going to be you. You've won. Congratulations, you. Yes, you. In fact, you already know you won. So congratulations. Techie. Congratulations, Techie. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Everyone, golf claps in chat for Techie. Let me just pull up their information here. Okay, we're good. So congratulations. The leg's loose again? What do you mean the leg's loose again? The leg's not loose. What do you mean the leg's loose? The leg's not loose. You sit upon a throne of lies. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go make dinner for the family. So I will see you on Friday for the community challenge stream, 2 p.m. Eastern. So contest closes at 2 p.m. You can't enter after that. Once we're live, too late to enter. And I'll do an @everyone the day before and just annoy everyone on Discord and make sure you've entered. The steel shelf. William, the steel shelf will divide the garage in half. That's what I'm going to use as a wall. So I'm going to put a steel shelf in, put plywood on the back, paint it like black. That way also it makes heating and cooling that little area of the garage easier. So I'll have like heavy curtains that I can pull across to close it off. Yeah. We'll talk about it on the member stream tomorrow. Anyways, member stream tomorrow. So if you're a member of the channel or a Patreon supporter, be sure to pay attention on the Discord for the invite or the community pages on both websites. If you're not, consider becoming a member or a Patreon supporter. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go make dinner. So again, shout out to LDO for some of the upgrade goodies on this kit that we use. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we gave away this stream and every stream. Check them out. Links in the description below. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. And for those that donate to the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. So cheers. It's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you on Friday. Cheers. It's not tangling. It's the other spool of filament still up there. It's looking like it's tangling. It's actually feeding filament quite well. I'll post a picture of it on Twitter when we're done.